Welcome back to Sports First, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Sabotage, and we are number one in sports. Let's get started with some UFC. Well, pretty much it's just UFC today. We're gonna keep it a one sports show for the day. Since I don't keep it short ever, I'm gonna most definitely keep it short today with a quick recap of UFC Fight Night. As y'all know, Spann versus Smith, which was epicness. I would say I would try myself. Um, just total craziness all over the place, especially just I don't know. Every fight was pretty legit. Um, Maybe the Lipska versus Bohan fight. I mean, that's the two last fights did go to decision, but those could have ended way before the time as well. Compared to the rest of the fights, as you all know how those went down. Um, the first fight was Joaquin Buckley, the man who got the KO of the G last year. Came out against Antonio Rojo. That was actually pretty decent fight. Antonio actually was like pretty much getting the best out of Bucla. I don't know. Joaquin just kind of just was all over the place, I guess. Wasn't really landing too much. I mean, Aro is actually a really big dude. Doesn't seem like seems like he should probably move up a division or something. Cause dude was way big for or he just looks way big for the middleweight division. Dude looks like he can easily be a light heavyweight, fighting Anthony Schmidt and all them boys. Um, but all around, he was having a really good fight. Buckley was trying a little bit of, he was trying some wrestling, but as y'all know, and Antonio with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I mean, he can get out of certain wrestlings, but he's not really a wrestler or he didn't. I mean, he doesn't really do too much of the wrestling. He didn't really get into any of the wrestling. It looked like he was just trying to, stay on the feet and try to do as much as striking as he can. But eventually, that's what pretty much got him taken down. With Buckley landing, I'm sure it was a uppercut that it was either a right uppercut or a right hook that landed. Yeah, pretty much took out Antonio. But Antonio at the very end of the fight, well, pretty much after the fight, said that they should keep, not Antonio, actually, Buckley said that they should keep Antonio around since it's looking like that the UFC might end up letting him go or something. But yeah, Buckley with another dub to his name. But that's it for that one. Then Nathan Maness versus Tony Gravely. Yeah. But yeah, that fight was pretty legitness. Comeback win for old boy Nathan. Mr. Nathan came back in a fight where I believe that he should have actually. I thought that the fight was over in the first round, but I guess. I mean, I'm confused. I was confused on it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure there was other people that were confused. It looked like the fight was over, but I think that was just the. Well, actually, they got back up and there was a couple more a minute or so, or maybe less left on the on the clock with the first round. So I was confused on. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, did Tony mess up by not like going for it? Throwing some hammer fists after he looked like he took him down. I think he did go for some, but I to be, I 100% thought that I had not. I don't think I've remember ever seeing a situation like that where it looked like a fighter had won and then pretty much goes to the second round and then um, Nathan pretty much ended up taking the dub, which was crazy, and it was a TKO on top of it. Um, he actually, I think there was just two times where he took him down, but eventually at the second, I posted the knockout on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. But yeah, Nathan ended up pretty much knocking him out. It was two knockouts in a row, so that's like legitness right there. I tell you what. Um, I mean, no better way to start off of a UFC event with just two knockouts. Well, it wasn't just two actually. It was as I get to the next one. And the other crazy thing. Well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know the goose. Then Armand versus Gios. Armand, man, this dude, this Armenian man, he's pretty legit. Oh boy, came in whooping ass. This fight didn't really take too long at all. Like at all, I'm telling you. I told you, it was just straight up quick. Armand was just pretty much there to take care of business, and that's pretty much what old boy did. He just came into the fight like I'm gonna kick some ass, and that's exactly what he did. I totally forgot if it was a right or a left or whatever it was, but it was. I mean, they're both going at it. Were at each other. They're pretty much both going at each other, and it was just. I mean, I don't remember Gias or landing anything, to be honest. It was pretty much the whole fight was Arman's fight, the Armenian, Arman the Armenian. I mean, how much strikes were thrown in that fight? I mean, let's look at the strikes. Strikes. If we can find that, we'll check it up for y'all. But there was I mean, let's just find the strikes real quick. Okay, there was I mean, the total that were thrown by Gias was only 11 strikes. That's a German crazy. Only 11 strikes and pretty much one significant landed strike. Sound like true German right there. But total strikes thrown by the Armenian, 37 and 27 landed wild, but a lot of those were pretty much after Gias was pretty much already taken out. Took him a little bit second to take him out fully, but he did it eventually. So shout outs to Arman. Technically already a star in the MMA, but even better future for him. But then Ariana Lipsik. And then, and he called out somebody, but I can't forget who he called out. It wasn't, who was it that he called out? It was 100%. I do not remember who he called out, but we'll bring that up in next episode. How about this? We will do this. I mean, this is technically right after the fight. I didn't really, usually I try to, give it a couple of hours, take in everything, but I'm just straight up going in, I want to be more quick, or much quicker or faster than the other guys, that's what we're going to do if you want to be number one, as we are number one, with a lot of accent, a lot actually. Lipstick versus Boham, Mandy versus Akayana, same people, just first name, last name. That fight, Ariana just pretty much grappling side. She was just domination. The nation of domination, just all over the place. Mandy just couldn't keep up there. Mandy was actually undefeated. She's actually the older fighter, more experienced fighter, 32 years old. Ariana Lipsik, 14-7. Much younger, 27, so she just needs a little bit more experience. Um, Total strikes, 233 versus 123, and 116 landed from Ariana to Mandy. Takedowns 0-1. I mean, I thought it looked like it says 0-1, but I feel like there was a little bit. I mean, I guess none of that stuff counted, but well, it was more stand-up grappling, if anything. 0-4 for Mandy. I felt like there was much more just on the strength side. It was more on Lipsky, Mrs. Ariana's side. Ooh, the next fight, Devin Clark versus Ian Kutibella. Kutibella. That fight was pretty wild, I would say. Honestly, I thought that fight could have easily ended in round one around like 3 minutes. As most of y'all saw, Ion Kutibella took him down. Forget if it was a left or a right, but pretty much took him down. And pretty much from the first round, it was just Devin Clark was just trying to fight back or try to get back into the fight, which he couldn't at all. Me personally, I feel like the doctor should have stopped that fight. As most of you guys saw, his teeth, the bottom teeth were all messed up. Devin Clark's, like, going another round just didn't make sense. But at the very end, Devin Clark landed a mean punch that looked like it almost knocked out Kutibera, but it didn't. So it was all for nothing. That second round, even though I feel like I just said the doctor should have stopped that fight. But now Clark also has six losses to his name. 77 strikes landed by Ion from those 117, and only 41. I mean, the total strikes were 68, and then only 41 landed. That's pretty good, actually. That's like, what, 60%? But then, what's his name? Kutibella landed 65%. But still, takedowns was 71% with 5 for 7 and 1 for 2 for Devin Clark. But yeah, I mean, the fight was pretty much over with. It was pretty obvious from the first round. I mean, he did try to finish him, but he just couldn't. Devin Clark is really tough, I guess. Old boy just really couldn't take him out. That's pretty much it for that one. But that was also a light heavyweight. Another light heavyweight main event: Spann versus Smith. Antonio Schmidt versus Ryan Spann. Well, actually, it was a submission. Was it a rear naked choke? I'm pretty sure it was a rear naked choke. But that one could have easily been a TKO in the first minute, maybe. In the first minute, that one could have easily been a TKO, as y'all watched. Ryan Spann just pretty much was trying to get it with him, Anthony Smith also, he was like, okay, you want to throw him hands? Let's both throw him hands, Anthony Smith, that jab is pretty legit, up there with Rob Font's jab. I don't know, Rob Font, not in the same division, but Rob Font's got a pretty mean jab. Nathan Maness also got a pretty good jab. I feel like that's what really won it for Nathan Maness. But the size difference and all, that was pretty big also for Nathan Maness versus Gravely, Mr. Tony. But Anthony Schmidt versus Ryan Spann, that fight was pretty legit. But I like those fights when they're just like, just going at it, not really holding back, which they didn't. Anything I don't think I can add anything else to it since the fight was so quick. It was just all. I mean, Anthony Smith could have ended it quickly, as I already said. He had him in a couple of different chokes, but it eventually landed with, I'm pretty sure it was the rear naked. And that was pretty much it for that fight. I feel, well, it could have easily been a TKO, as I said, because he had him on the ground. He was landing punches. Ryan Spann didn't really do too much, 8 for 20 against his 18 to 29. But yeah, 60% against 40%. But yeah, that was pretty much it for the fight. I think it was Anthony Smith called out Alexander, and he pretty much accepted. I think it was on Twitter, Instagram. So we will most definitely see somebody in the light. Alexander face off against Antinjo. And that is going to be it for the show today. As I said, I was going to keep it short. I actually went a little bit, just a little bit more than I wanted to. I just feel like keeping it short is going to be better, all around. I mean, I'm going to have, if you also love to watch the football, and football, American football, I will be posting one of them, or posting or making another video. I don't know, most likely tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to make a football one, Euro football, or I'm going to make the American football. I haven't decided yet. It's just all over the place, but UFC's always, always, always. We're going to be on top of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Shushei. Thank you for watching.